what I say here every week, that the NFL is a marathon, not a sprint. I've been preaching this since the beginning of the time, since we started hashtag Just Saying Sports. We talk about the NFL. The NFL is a marathon, not a sprint. And no other week than last week, week 9, showed us everything that you think you know, but you don't know because the season has to play out. And now that we got 17 games, it's even longer, and the extra game is added. You got to see how it falls out. I mean, who knew that Buffalo was going to go into Jacksonville and lay an egg and have a baseball score of 6-9 against the Jacksonville Jaguars? Who knew that the Dallas Cowboys would get their ass whooped against the Denver Broncos, 30-16? Who knew that? Nobody knew that, right? I mean, who knew that the Rams on a Sunday night primetime at home would get thumped 28-16 by the Tennessee Titans without Derrick Henry? Who knew that the Arizona Cardinals, without Kyler Murray, without D-Hop, and without Chase Edmonds after he got hurt in the first quarter, would thump San Francisco 31-17? And who knew that the Cleveland Browns would just mud stump Cincinnati 41-16? Because I thought Cincinnati was going to do something this year. Y'all did. Maybe I was wrong. But that's just the NFL. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But nonetheless, we're here week 10, and I'm here to give you 3 hot picks to take to the bank because I feel good about these. Let's go. First game up, we got my beloved Atlanta Falcons. I know it might seem a homer pick against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Dallas Cowboys just got trounced. Just got trounced by the Denver Broncos, or trumble, whatever you want to call it, that a Bronco or a horse would do to a cowboy that falls off the horse. Because it seemed like the Cowboys fell off the horse last week, right? And you think that you Cowboy fans, you think you're going to get it together, and you figured it out, and you're going to get it together, and you just laid the day. That might not be the case, because the Atlanta Falcons, while the defense is purely D trash, pure grade A trash, the offense is thriving, and Matt Ryan is still a former MVP that has it together. Now, I want to remind you Cowboy fans that your leader of your defense is Dan Quinn, the former head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, who never seemed to get it together after he left Seattle, getting the defense together. And I think that his ugly head is showing right now, and it showed last week against the Denver Broncos. I think 9 points is way too much to give to the Atlanta Falcons because guess what? We can score better than Denver, and Denver put up points against y'all last week. I love the Falcons this week. I love the Falcons. Take the 9. Maybe the Cowboys win. Maybe they don't, but I love the Falcons. Give me the Falcons, 41-38. Give me all of the points just in case. Lock it in, just saying. Next game up, you got the Detroit Lions, the lowly Detroit Lions that ain't won a game all year, going into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh just came off of a close game against Chicago this past Monday night. Now, I hate that rule that they have in place with this taunting thing, giving the 15-yard penalty for taunting, because that was just a tragedy that they gave that lineman from Chicago a taunting penalty when all he did was just stare at the other sideline, and they gave him a 15-yard penalty. Did that change the course of the game? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But I'm just saying, Pittsburgh is not really there, if you ask me, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Now you got a hungry team because, let's face it, they're all professionals. We saw this last week in week 9, and I think we're going to see it again, at least this week in this game, because the Detroit Lions have not won a game all year. They're hungry. They're going to come out with a fight that you've never seen before, and they're coming off of a bye week. 8 points is too many. I would take Detroit with the 8 points. Maybe Pittsburgh wins because Detroit is really not that good. But give me Pittsburgh 28, Detroit 24. Take the 8 and take Detroit. Lock it in. Just saying. And for my lock of the week, I got the Minnesota Vikings going against the Los Angeles Chargers. Right? Now, you got the Chargers coming off of a good victory at home playing against the Philadelphia Eagles. Close nail by that end, and they pulled it off. And I know that the Chargers let us down. They had to go back-to-back a lot of times to the East Coast. But now they're at home on the West Coast, back-to-back on the West Coast at home. Minnesota is reeling, and Dalvin Cook got enough issues on his own. Minnesota has some weapons on offense, but I think that the Chargers finally get it together on defense, give Kirk Cousins some problems, and Justin Herbert shows him everybody who the guy that he is, that future MVP. I love the Chargers in this one. Swallow the 3. Give me the Chargers, 42. Minnesota, 28. Lock it in. Just saying.